Hello friends, I am back to continue our session on study of gas laws. In the last session we saw the different properties of gases, then we discussed the three important variables, that is temperature, pressure and volume and their units. Then we saw Boyle's law, we did a few numericals based on Boyle's law. Yes, now today we are going to study Charles' law. Now Charles' law is at constant pressure. Okay, Charles' law is at constant pressure. So the statement of Charles' law, that is the volume occupied by a fixed mass of a gas, is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. Now here we are introducing a new concept, that is the absolute scale temperature or the Kelvin temperature. Now this temperature, that is 0 Kelvin, 0 starts at minus 273 degrees Celsius. Okay, so the Kelvin temperature 0 K is equivalent to minus 273 degrees Celsius. So whenever you have to convert the Kelvin temperature to the Celsius temperature, you always add 273. Okay, so and from Kelvin to Celsius you always subtract 273. That we will see in the numericals shortly. Okay, so that is then we have to discuss the numericals based on Charles' law after Boyle's law. Now I think we had completed around 8 numericals in Boyle's law in the last session. So we will continue with the classwork sums. I think 2 were remaining, and then move on to the Charles' law numericals. Okay, so you have to again open the Anish tutorial textbook to that page. I think it's page 142, and then you refer the sum there and then see that how we have solved it here. So the ninth sum now. Now the ninth sum, initial volume is 450, final volume we don't know. Initial pressure is 720 mm, final pressure given is 760 mm. Okay. Now we are applying Boyle's law again. So you should remember the Boyle's law equation, P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So you just substitute the values, 720 into 450, that is equal to 760 into V2. So they just rearrange the terms. So V2 will be equal to 720 into 450 divided by 760. So you try to reduce the terms, and this is what you get. It is 18 into 450 by 19. Now it will not go further, so you multiply it and then divide by 19. You have to show the working on the right hand side neatly. Okay, so this is your answer. Now coming to the last sum, is initial volume is given to you 1500, final volume is 1000. Now initial pressure is told 720, final pressure we have to find out. So again this is applying Boyle's law. So P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Now substitute the terms and then you will get P2 equal to 72 into 15. Now this you reduce the terms, okay, and then just do 72 into 15, that comes to 1080. Okay. So with that we complete Boyle's law numericals. Now we will have a look at the next part. Okay. Now continuing with our questions. Next question is state Charles' law and derive the Charles' law equation. Now Charles' law, just now we discussed that, so that statement is important. Pressure remaining constant, the volume of a given mass of dry gas is directly proportional to its absolute, that is the Kelvin temperature. So V is directly proportional to T, okay, at constant P. Now the derivation, let V1 and T1 be the initial volume and temperature of the gas X, and V2 and T2 will be the final volume and temperature of the same gas. Now by Charles' law we said that V1 is directly proportional to T1, so V2 also will be directly proportional to T2. So now we are just rearranging the terms, V1 upon T1 proportional to 1, V2 upon T2 proportional to 1. Now whenever you remove the proportionality sign and include a equality sign, that a constant will come. So V1 upon T1 is equal to K and V2 upon T2 is equal to K, where K is the constant. Okay, this is constant, C-O-N-S, where K is the constant of proportionality. Okay. Now so from these two you can write, therefore V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2 is equal to K. So put this Charles' law equation in bracket, in a box. V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. Okay. So now for numericals based on Charles' law, that is when pressure is constant, you are going to make use of this equation. Okay, is it clear? Now next question, explain the absolute scale of temperature. So the new temperature scale with its 0 at minus 273 degrees Celsius and each degree being equal to 1 degree on the Celsius scale is called a Kelvin, or the absolute scale of temperature. This temperature scale has absolute 0 as its starting point, that is 0K will be equal to minus 273 degrees Celsius. Okay, now we'll have a look at the next part. Okay, now we are going to discuss the numericals based on Charles' law. So you have to open to page 144 of the Anish tutorial chemistry textbook, and first we are going to do the solved examples. Yes, now though they are solved, you have not solved them, so for practice we are going to do them. So see the first sum. A given mass of a gas occupies a volume of 200 ml at 37 degrees Celsius. To what temperature must the gas be heated to make its final volume as 500 ml? Assume that the pressure of the gas remains constant. Now here one thing you have to always remember, that your temperatures have to be in the Kelvin scale whenever you are applying the Charles' law. So if the temperature mostly will be given to you in the Celsius scale, you have to convert it to Kelvin by adding 273. This is a very important aspect. The moment you use just 37, you will get 0 for the sum. Okay, so initial volume 200 ml, final volume 500 ml. The initial temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. So you add 273 and make it 310 Kelvin, and T2 we have to find out. So now using Charles' law, V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. Now just substitute the values. 200 upon 310 is equal to 500 upon T2. So T2 will be just cross multiply 310 into 500 upon 200. So we have just reduced the terms here, divided it by 2. So you are getting 155 into 5, that is 775 Kelvin. Now once you get the answer in Kelvin, you have to convert it back to the Celsius scale. Okay, so you now will subtract 273 from it and report your answer in the Celsius scale. Okay, so there are marks are cut if you don't convert it to Celsius, and here if you don't convert it to Kelvin, totally you will get 0. Okay, clear? Now coming to the next sum, the solved example. A certain volume of a gas is kept at 77 degrees Celsius. When the temperature is decreased by 20 degrees Celsius, the gas occupies a volume of 900 ml. What was the initial volume of the gas? Pressure is constant. So from the sum, this is the data which we have arrived at. V1 we don't know, T1 is 77, so again add 273, that will give you 350. V2 is 900 ml. Now T2 is decreasing by 20, so 77 minus 20 will give you 57. Again add 273, that gives you 330 K. Now substitute in the Charles' law equation. So V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. V1 we don't know, upon 350 is equal to 900 upon 330. Now just cross multiply. So 350 into 900 upon 330. Now here I have cancelled by 3. Okay, now ultimately you will get 350 into 30 upon 11. So you multiply and then divide by 11 and show your working here on the right hand side. Okay, so we will move to the next part now. Okay, so now continuing with our solved examples, the third solved example, 450 ml of oxygen gas is collected at 27 degrees Celsius. If for a particular use, the volume has to be reduced to 1/3 of its original. Find the temperature to which the gas has to be cooled, okay, at constant pressure. So now here initial volume is 450 and final volume they are telling you is 1/3 of the initial. So 1/3 of 450 will give you 150. So T1 is 27 degrees Celsius. So we are adding 273 to make it 300 K. T2 we don't know, okay. Now using Charles' law, V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. So 450 by 300 is equal to 150 by T2. So T2 will be equal to 300 into 150 divided by 450. We have just cross multiplying it. Try to reduce the terms. This will go in 15 table, 3s are directly. So T2 is 100 K. Now don't forget to convert it back to Celsius. So you subtract 273 and get the answer in Celsius, minus 173 degrees Celsius. Okay. So now we will start with the classwork sums which are on page 146. Yes, so you have to open to page 146 of the Anish tutorial textbook, and we will be solving the classwork sums. The first one, 120 cc of a gas is taken at 27.3 Kelvin. Temperature is raised to 0 degrees Celsius. What is the new volume of the gas? Now here they are directly giving you the temperature in Kelvin, so you don't have to convert. V1 is 120, V2 we don't know, T1 27.3 K, T2 is given as 0 degrees Celsius, so that you have to convert to Kelvin by adding 273, so it will be 273 K. Okay. Now using Charles law, V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. Now substitute the values, so 120 upon 27.3 is equal to V2 upon 273. So V2 will be now equal to, we have just cross multiplying it, 120 into 273 divided by 27.3. Now shift the point. When you shift the point, you multiply by 10 because we have shifted one decimal place, so you will multiply numerator by 10. Okay, so this will get cancelled. So V2 is equal to 1200 cubic centimeter. Okay, clear? Now moving to the next sum, second sum. The volume of a given mass of a gas at 15 degrees Celsius, okay, is 100 cc. To what temperature should it be heated under the same pressure so that it would occupy a volume of 125 cc? Okay, so the given data, initial volume 100, final volume 125 cc. Initial temperature is 15 degrees Celsius, so add 273 to it, so that will give you 288. T2 we have to find out. So using the Charles law, V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. Now substitute the values in the Charles law equation, yes, and you simplify it, and finally you will get T2 as 72 into 5, which is 360 K, and that is minus 273, so 87 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we will move to the next part now. Okay, now continuing with the classwork sums, the third sum. At what centigrade temperature will volume of a gas at 0 degrees Celsius triple itself if pressure is constant? Okay. Now initial volume they haven't given you, so you can just assume it to be X, V, whatever you like. So final volume is triple that of the initial, so it will become 3V. If you take X, it will become 3X. Now initial temperature is 0 degrees Celsius, that's 273 K, and final temperature we have to find out. Okay. So using the Charles law, again you write V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. Now substitute the values. This will be V upon 273 is equal to 3V upon T2. So now T2 is our unknown, so T2 will be equal to 273 into 3V cross multiplying upon V. So this VV is going to get cancelled. So T2 will be 819K, which is equal to, subtract 273 from it, 546 degrees Celsius. Okay, clear? Now moving to the fourth sum. A gas at constant pressure occupies a volume of 600 ml. On heating to 80 degrees Celsius, it expands to a volume of 2400 ml. Find the original temperature of the gas. So initial volume is 600 ml, final volume is 2400. Now this 2400 is at T2, that is 80. So add 273, make it 353 K. Initial temperature we don't know. Okay. So again using Charles law, now substitute all the values in the Charles law equation. You will get this. Now write the equation in terms of T1 because T1 is our unknown, right? So T1 will be equal to, now cross multiply, 600 into 353 divided by 2400. So it will go in 6 table, 6 4s are 24. So 353 by 4, so divide it properly and show your working. So that will come to 88.25 Kelvin. Now subtract 273 from it, that will give you minus 184.75 degrees Celsius. Okay, clear? Now moving to the next fifth sum. A gas occupies a volume of 200 centimeter cube at a temperature of 127 degrees Celsius and 760 mm pressure. Find the volume of the gas at minus 23 degrees Celsius and at 760 mm pressure. Now here in this sum, the pressure value is given just purposely to confuse you. it's the same pressure, so it is at constant pressure only. Okay, so you have to use Charles law only. Purposely they are trying to confuse you. So now initial volume is 200, final volume we don't know. Initial temperature is 127 degrees Celsius. So you are adding 273, that will come to 400 K. Now final temperature is minus 23 degrees Celsius. So to that also you will add 273 and then it will come to 250. Okay, so you have to be careful when you are solving this. So now using the Charles law, V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. So 200 upon 400 is equal to V2 upon 250. So write the equation in terms of V2 will be 200 into 250 by 400. So this will go 2s are. So 250 by 2, which is equal to 125 cubic centimeter. Okay, is it clear? So we'll move to the next part now. Okay, so continuing with the classwork sums. Now the sixth classwork sum. A gas occupies a volume of 200 centimeter cube at minus 73 degrees Celsius. Calculate its volume at 227 degrees Celsius, keeping the pressure constant. So initial volume is 200 cc and initial temperature is minus 73 degrees Celsius. So you add 273 to it. So this will be 273 minus 73, which is 200 K, and final temperature is 227. To that you will add 273 and make it Kelvin, 500 K. Okay. Now substitute in Charles law equation. 200 cc 200 K is equal to V2, we don't know, upon 500. So V2 will be 200 into 500 divided by 200. So this will get cancelled. So that will be equal to 500 cubic centimeter. Okay, clear? Now moving to the seventh classwork sum. To what temperature a gas at 127 degrees Celsius must be cooled so that its volume is reduced to 1/4 of its initial volume at constant pressure. Okay, so now in this sum, initial temperature is 127. It's given in Celsius, so again convert to Kelvin by adding 273. Now initial volume we don't know, so you just keep it as V. T2 we have to find out, and final volume they have told will become 1/4 of the initial. Okay, so final volume is 1/4 of initial. Now substitute in the Charles law equation. So V upon 400 is equal to 1/4 V upon T2. So now here our unknown is T2 because V ultimately is going to get cancelled, right? So T2 will be 400 into 1 by 4. Now the moment you multiply this will go in the denominator. So into 1 by 4 V, and this V is here. So this V and V is getting cancelled. So you are getting 400 by 4, which is nothing but 100 K, which is 100 minus 273 equal to minus 173 degrees Celsius. Okay, clear? Now moving to the next sum, that is our 8th classwork sum. A gas occupies a volume of 400 cubic centimeter. On heating to 227 degrees Celsius, its volume becomes 1600 cubic centimeter. Find the initial temperature of the gas on the Celsius scale, assuming that the pressure is constant. So now here initial volume, from the sum you can write the data. Initial volume is 400 cubic centimeter. Final volume is 1600 cubic centimeter cube or cc. Initial temperature we have to find out, and final temperature is 227 degrees Celsius. So you can't keep it like that naturally. So you are going to add 273. So that comes to 500 Kelvin. Okay. Now using the Charles law, you will substitute these values in the Charles law equation as usual. So V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. For every sum you have to write this, okay, because in the exam maybe one such sum will be there. Okay, so you have to write it. Now substituting the values, 400 upon T1 is equal to 1600 upon 500. So now T1 will be what? 400 into 500 upon 1600. So this 400 and 1600 you can cancel. So you will get 500 by 4. So this you can reduce first by 2, then again by 2. So that will come to 125 Kelvin. So 125 Kelvin, you can't leave it like this, right? So you will convert it to degree Celsius. So that will be 125 minus 273, which is equal to minus 148 degrees Celsius. Okay, clear? Now we'll have a look at the next part. Okay, now continuing with our classwork sums on Charles' law. Okay, now the ninth sum. A gas originally at minus 23 degrees Celsius is heated and allowed to expand at constant pressure. Its volume increases from 60 ml to 90 ml. Calculate the final temperature of the gas. Okay, so from this sum you can write the data. So T1, that's initial temperature, is minus 23. So you add 273, this is degree Celsius, so you will add 273. So 273 minus 23 will give you 250. So 250 Kelvin initial temperature. Final temperature we have to find out. Then initial volume is 60 ml, final volume is changed to 90 ml. Okay, this is from the sum. Now using the Charles' law, V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. So V1 is what? 60 and T1 is what? 250, V2 90, T2 we don't know. So cross multiply, T2 is equal to 250 into 90 by 60. Okay, now this I have just cancelled here. 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9 and this 2 1s are divide by 2. Go on reducing the terms till they are no longer divisible. So T2 will be what? 125 into 3, which is nothing but 375 Kelvin. Now minus 273, which comes to 102 degrees Celsius. Okay, clear? Now moving to the last classwork sum, that is the volume of a given mass of a gas at 27 degrees Celsius is 100 cc. To what temperature should it be heated at the same pressure so that it will occupy a volume of 150 cc? Okay. So now this, okay, just see this. Now this is a different sum. The sum which is given in the Anish book is different. Now you treat this as a separate sum. We will do the 10 sum separately. Okay. So T1 is 27 plus 273, that is 300 K, and T2 we don't know. V1 is 1/2 V and V2 is original volume. So using Charles' law, V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. So 1 upon 4 V upon 300 is equal to V upon T2. So now T2 will be 300 into V divided by 1/2 into V. So now this, when you are solving this 2 here will go in the numerator. So 300 into V into 2 by V. So this V and V will get cancelled. That will give you 600 K, which is 600 minus 273, which is 327 degrees Celsius. So this 10 sum you treat it as an independent sum. This is different from what is there in the Anish tutorial book. Okay. So we'll have a look at the next part now. Okay, so now we have just completed the numericals based on Charles' law. Now we have to see what is the last part of the chapter, that is the gas equation. Now the gas equation is a combination of, okay, sorry, I think I was not audible. I just said that we have completed the numericals based on Charles' law. Okay, and now we are discussing the last part of the chapter, that is the gas equation. Now gas equation is a combination of both Boyle's law and Charles' law. Yes, now as per Boyle's law, what was the statement of Boyle's law? At constant temperature, volume occupied by a fixed mass of a gas is inversely proportional to pressure, right? And what was our statement of Charles' law? At constant pressure, volume occupied by fixed mass of a gas is directly proportional to absolute temperature. So now in the gas equation, we are going to see the change in the volume considering both the change in the volume considering both the temperature and pressure condition. Okay, so it is, gas equation is used for calculating the change in the volume of gases when pressure and temperature both are undergoing a change. So you are getting a simultaneous effect of the change of temperature and pressure on the volume of the given mass of dry gas. Okay, So this is just for your information, like what is the use of the gas equation. Generally the statement, there is no statement for gas equation, okay, but you have to derive the gas equation. Yes, derivation of gas equation is important. Now as per Boyle's law, we saw that volume is inversely proportional to pressure at constant T. Yes, and the statement also we saw of Boyle's law. And as per Charles' law, volume of a fixed mass of a gas is directly proportional to the absolute temperature, right, at constant pressure. This is at constant temperature. Now we are combining both this Boyle's law and this Charles' law. So when we combine the two, we will write V proportional to T upon P. Okay, so this is V proportional to 1 upon P and V is proportional to T. So we are just multiplying it here. Okay, so V will be proportional to T in the numerator and P in the denominator. Okay, now you remove the proportionality sign and introduce an equality sign. Okay, so what will it become? Now V is equal to K into T upon P. So where K is a constant of proportionality. Now you just rearrange the terms. So you will write PV, this we are taking here, PV, and T we are bringing it down. Okay, so PV upon T is equal to K. Okay, so this you followed, we have just rearranged the terms. Now if P1 and V1 and T1, okay, there are three terms: pressure, volume, temperature. All three are the original pressure, volume and temperature of the gas, and P2, V2, T2 are the pressure, volume and temperature under the change conditions. Okay, then we are applying these conditions to this. So you can write that P1 V1 upon T1 is equal to P2 V2 upon T2 is equal to K. So P1 V1 upon T1 is equal to P2 V2 upon T2. So this becomes our gas equation. Okay, have you understood? So this derivation is important and this is our gas equation. Now we will have numericals based on this P1 V1 upon T1. Okay, we will solve later. Okay, let's have a look at the next part now. Okay, now these are the last few questions we'll have a look at. Now first question under this is, explain why pressure and volume are inversely proportional to each other at constant temperature. So this was our statement, if you remember, of Boyle's law. Yes, that is Boyle's law. What was the statement? At constant temperature, volume occupied by a fixed mass of a gas is inversely proportional to pressure. So what is the reason for that? So that you have to understand, at constant temperature, if the volume of the container is increased, yes, you are increasing the volume of the container. So what will happen? The gas molecules, they have to move longer distances to strike the walls of the container, because the volume has increased, so the molecules will be far away. So they have to travel longer distance to strike the walls of the container. Now since the pressure depends on the frequency with which the gas molecules strike the walls, the frequency of the collision will decrease, resulting in the decrease in the pressure. Okay, so it is inversely proportional. Now what will happen if you decrease the volume? If you reduce the volume, what happens? Gas molecules will come closer and the frequency which they collide is increased, thereby doubling the pressure on the walls of the container. Okay, so this is the reason for the Boyle's law. Now reason for Charles' law, explain why absolute temperature and volume are directly proportional to each other at constant pressure. So if the absolute temperature is doubled, means increased, what will happen? Kinetic energy of the molecules also will increase. So the gas molecules will start moving randomly and away from each other because their energy has increased. So they will naturally occupy larger volume. Okay, is it clear? And this last question, what is standard temperature and pressure? Now this values you should remember, because many times you have to use the value of standard temperature and pressure in numericals. They will not give you the values. So what is that STP or NTP it is called? STP or NTP. N stands for normal temperature and pressure. So the volumes of the gases change with temperature and pressure. Hence a standard value of temperature and pressure is chosen to which the gas volumes are referred to. So the volumes of the gases, they are generally converted to the standard temperature and pressure conditions and then compared easily. So the standard temperature is 0 Celsius, which is nothing but 273 K, and standard pressure is 1 atmosphere, which is nothing but 760 mm of mercury or 76 centimeters of mercury. Okay. So now with that, we have completed the numericals base today, numericals based on Charles' law, and we completed even the numericals based on Boyle's law. Okay, 2 were remaining. Then we discussed the theory behind the gas equation. Okay, so what remains is this in this chapter is only the numericals based on the gas equation, which we will do in the next video session. Okay, so till then, happy studying and stay safe and healthy in the house. Thank you.